Happy Wednesday morning. It is Wednesday, yes. Oh, yes, I just finished therapy. Of course, it's Wednesday. So, we're talking in therapy today about different types of grief, whether it be anticipatory or loss of self or loss of a loved one, both animal and people, and how there is no timeline for grief. Like, everybody grieves differently. There are no two ways, no two people grieve the same, which is perfectly okay. You know, there are people who look at their grief and just, they're good really quick, and then there are people who are a year out and they're still in the beginning stages of grieving because of denial or guilt or anger or, sadness or, not knowing what to do with themselves. And it's all perfectly normal and it's all fine. At this point, I'm I know that he's gone, so I'm not in denial. I totally acknowledge that he's gone. And it hurts. Last night in the group that I belong to, it's called Grief Talk. It's on TikTok. Amazing group. We are a family. No judgment. No hate. Just love and understanding for wherever you are and whatever you're dealing with. An amazing group of people. And last night we were talking about who are the person or animal, because, there are all sorts of grief, who they were as a human being. And Eric was a humanitarian with a great big heart who loved his family deeply, who was funny as hell and sarcastic, and just my best friend and the safest person that I knew, and my protector, and my best friend. And I think for me, the hardest part of all of this, it's worse in the morning because I wake up and he's not here. And I don't know when that'll get better. It's like that 30 seconds in the morning you wake up and then you think, oh, it was a nightmare, and you go to reach and there's nobody on the other side of the bed. And you realize, not a bad dream. Welcome back to reality. But he was an amazing human being. And I found this video on Father's Day of Eric. And he was singing to Jackson. And it was the first time I've heard his voice in almost a year. And it hit pretty hard. Because I really miss his voice. I miss being able to ask him what to do next, what he thinks about things. And, and funny stories. And God, I have so many funny stories about Eric and some of the things that we did. And I think of them and I laugh. And then we talked about things we wished, the one thing that people say to us that they wish they wouldn't. And then, a lot of us, we felt the same. You're doing great, you're strong, keep moving forward. Or you need to get over it. Or when are you going to start dating again? Or, things along that line. And it's like, no, this is my grief. And one of the things that I don't talk about isn't just, it's not just about the loneliness because he's gone. It's the heartache. It's it's that when he died, I changed. And I will never be who I was before him. Leaving. I was, with him, I was this happy, bubbly, adventurous person. And I loved to laugh and I loved to dance. And I used to drive him insane. He would play music while we were canoeing, and I would stand up in the middle of the canoe, and at the top of my lungs, in the middle of the lake, I would be dancing in the canoe and singing. And he'd be like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm having fun," because that's me. That's my adventurous side. And no, the canoe wasn't going to tip over. I had it very well balanced. I was careful. It's stories like that. It's, wanting to know how to rebuild the stairs. And that's something that he would do. And now I need to find someone to do it for me. And I can't afford it. And my stairs are falling apart. I mean, my 100 pounds, I weigh less than 100 pounds. And I've fallen through a couple of my stairs because they're so bad. And they need to be done because they are dangerous. I have the lumber to do it. I have the supplies. But I can't afford to hire anyone to do them. So they're not getting done. And that scares me because someone is eventually going to get hurt on those damn stairs. So yeah, if anyone in the area of Western Mass knows anyone who would be willing to volunteer their time to rebuild my stairs, it would be greatly appreciated because I need help, because that's not something I can do. I went out Monday and I weed whacked and I rearranged the stuff in the yard so I can get into the shed and I could figure out what was left in the yard that was needing to go on that part of the yard. And moving the snowblower, I came in and my muscles, I literally was shaking because I was in so much pain. Because my body isn't there yet. It's things like that. I miss them just as much today as I did 3 months ago. And I don't know when it's going to get better. Have I made progress? Yes and no. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Parts of me say yes and parts of me say no. I have days now where I don't cry. So to me, that means I've made progress, but at the same time, my heart is still shattered. It is what it is, and I can't fix it, and I can't bring them back, but I also don't know who I am without them. And rub is, he's the one person on the planet I can't hear. I know he's here. I can feel him. But I'll be damned if I can hear him. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating. This is new experience for me. This isn't how I normally grieve. Not my first rodeo. I don't have any grandparents left. I've lost a sibling. I've lost a parent. I've lost more animals than I can count. But losing Eric is a totally different foreign experience for me. So, wherever you are in your grief, know you are not alone. Know, however you are grieving, it is okay. It's also okay to go out and get therapy. It's okay if you need to take medication to deal with the anxiety of grief. It's okay. You are where you are. You don't have to be where other people are. You're doing what you need to do for you at this point in time, and that's okay. So that's my thought on that. And right now, I'm going to continue to nurse my migraine that I have today, let my dogs in. And it's trash day, so I have a bunch of stuff to do with the migraine, so that'll be fun. But my next video, maybe I'll tell more stories about Eric, because I have 36 years worth, and some of them are really kind of inappropriate, but absolutely hysterical. And I would love for you guys to know who he was as a human in a way that most people didn't realize. So, until next time, take care of yourself, give yourself grace, and know you're doing great just where you are. And don't let anyone tell you any different. And if you need to talk, send me a message. I'm here to listen. Have a great day.